Welcome everyone to Kundalini Yoga. Find a comfortable seat. And just start off with your eyes open just for a few breaths and just let your eyes soften and welcome in any visual stimuli as you notice your breath. You might find that you focus in on one object, or you start to spread out your eyes to really absorb or hold your whole visual field. And with this exercise, you kind of feel for not thinking about what you're seeing, just sort of notice without too much commentary. And then close your eyes, and you might find it feels good to move your eyes around a little. And then as you shift into a seated position, that's comfortable. Shift a little side to side, forward and back, really to find your center of balance. And we'll breathe here a moment, just grounding yourself, settling down into your body. Do any movements you might need to feel that. Like for me, I feel like I really want to yawn, so you might do that. And just spend a few moments tuning into the inside, your inside experience. I just read a really lovely reading from Thich Nhat Hanh yesterday. I might have time to read it in class, but the essential idea is he talks about a pebble falling, like you throw the pebble in a creek and it just falls right to the bottom. And he talks about how there's like no resistance there. The pebble is just resting and falling with gravity. So I'm just inviting you that kind of awareness in your practice today. We will be doing a lot of movement and activity, but in between each exercise, just like right now, see if you can be in this sense of just dropping down into your seat, dropping all resistance, not trying to make yourself sink into the chair, but just allowing that, allowing a sense of deep rest every time we come to this meditative seat. So for one more moment, feel into this sense of effortlessness in your meditation. We're not trying to clear our mind, we're allowing. Good. And this might be your intention today. I know for me, these days it's beautiful weather, but I tend to feel like I'm exhausted half the time, like just still needing some rest with all of this frenetic energy around. So deep rest might be your intention today. It might be something else. So we are also working on a Kriya today that's really about cleansing our internal organs, that's spring cleaning. So let's invite in that concept of just clearing, cleaning, and resting. And you can press your thumbs into your sternum, not your sternum, your forehead, and feel this intention you're setting today. Draw your thumbs to your sternum now, and I'll get the music for you to chant along to. Chant from your belly. Welcome, Jan.
Jagadguru Namaha, Satguru Namaha, Sri Guru Deva Namaha, Adguru Namaha, Jagadguru Namaha, Satguru Namaha, Sri Guru Deva Namaha.
At the top of your inhale, pause. Squeeze internally from the very base of your spine, through your belly, open through your chest, chin drops, eyes lift, draw the energy up. Exhale, relax your hands down. And with that concept of just dropping effortlessly, find this reservoir of energy within for 3 more mindful breaths. Okay, before we start our warm-ups, our pranayama today will just be simple ego eradicator. So curl your fingers into the finger pads like this, arms in a V, and we'll just go for a quick 1.5 minutes just to get our auric field nice and consolidated. So begin your, and as always, breath of fire is optional, so you can do breath of fire, or if you're not practicing that, do long deep breathing. If you're doing breath of fire, let your belly pulse in and out. The low belly pulses. And your eyes can close, but they're lifting up to the center of your forehead. But your focus is above your head. And feel how the energy of your breath is increasing your light, your radiance, as we balance our little human ego self with our big, expansive, eternal, higher, high self, inner being, however you want to think of that big part of yourself. And with this concept we're working with of effortless meditation, of deep rest, relaxing into things, how can you relax into this kind of challenging pose? So maybe drop your shoulders, feel a little bit of, sometimes when we add some strength to something, it actually helps us relax further. So for me, I'm kind of engaging the arm muscles, the belly muscles, but then softening around the shoulders and face. Good, and we are already at our 1.5 minutes. So inhale and bring your thumbs to touch overhead. Fingers can straighten up like this. Hold your breath as you squeeze from tailbone to fingers. And then exhale, swoop your arms like your arms are magical windshield wipers, just slowly clearing residue of any gunk in your auric field. And then we just rest another few breaths, long deep breathing in and out your nose. Okay. Great, and then you can just start to shake out your legs and your feet, shake things out. Great, and then let's see. Once you have a good shake, we can do Sufi grinds here. So you can cross your legs, and we'll start small. So imagine you're drawing a beautiful spiral outwards. Just explore letting this movement come from your pelvis, drawing small circles at first and then making them bigger, letting your whole spine move. I tend to inhale forward and exhale back, but you find what works for you. Notice the feeling of your body and the parts that are kind of pushing into the floor. Ground your energy to Mother Earth. Just feel like this connection to the very center of the earth. And then change direction. You can start small again, and then slowly let your circles get bigger. Tune a little more into your inhales, welcoming, inviting earth energy into your body. Lots of you are gardeners, I can tell, so you've been working in the earth and the soil. Bring some of that experience into your yoga practice today. When you're ready, go smaller until you get to the middle and lengthen on an inhale. Hold, squeeze, exhale, soften, and just allow that pause. It's as though you're continuing to invite the sense of rest, alert rest. And then hold your shins and just do a few spinal flexes. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then hands on your knees. And then I like to add the shoulders. So you can inhale if you want. Lift your shoulders as you reach your heart forwards. Exhale, drop back and get into a little rhythm there. Inhale, sa, exhale, nam. Totally optional to lift the shoulders. Okay, inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. And one last seated warm up. So we'll have hands on the shoulders and we'll do about, 5 each way. So you inhale your elbows forward and up. Exhale back and down. You can go a little side to side. And you're still moving your spine in that same way that we were in spinal flexes. And then after your next one, when your elbows come together again, bring them the other way. So back by your ribs and out. And exhale forward and down. And you can again add your side to side. Just a chance to open your shoulders and your spine more. The next time you come through center, we will just do a brief twist to each side actually here. So twist to your right. And at first, let's try to look away from the twist. So you're twisting right, but you're looking left. And then look into the twist. If that feels good, try it one more time. Look away from the twist and into the twist. And then lift your arms, switch sides, go left. Look away from the twist, look right, twist left. Go into the twist with your neck. Away from the twist. And then back into the twist, your whole spine. And a quick one each side, just exhale, twist, inhale, center, each side. Okay, and then just a real quick 30 seconds of moving twist. Inhale left, exhale right. You can also have your hands above, wrists above your elbows, index fingers and thumb tips touching. Powerful breaths. Let your twist help you to exhale so your inhales can be automatic. Good. Inhale, center. Hold and exhale, come all the way just to, you might choose to come right to child's pose and just rest a moment. Or sit, whichever you prefer. Slow down your breath. Good, and then we're going to come up to standing. So maybe you find a couple of cat-cow movements in your spine from tabletop, or you walk it out from down dog. Good, and then we'll just take our time to walk the feet forwards. Inhale, lengthen, forward fold. Come up to standing. Good, feel your feet and then moving the prana, life force energy in your body. Shake a moment any way that feels good. Just feel like you're cultivating energy in your body. Good. Yeah, and you can turn that into moving twist if you prefer. Inhale, center, exhale, twist to each way if you'd like. Maybe you come back into the shakes. Maybe you hold your twist a moment on each side. Firm your belly if you're doing the twists. Okay. And then pause in your mountain pose. We're going to do a little sequence that I just learned this morning that is really great for the spine. So we're going to lift the arms on an inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. Not twist, side bend to your right. And your right hand can support your right thigh. Okay. Feel your feet and legs hugging in to help you come up. On your inhale, lift both arms. And then exhale to your left. Big side bend. Line everything up. Feel your feet kind of hug in as you come up. And then a little baby back bend. You could bend your elbows or keep the arms straight. I like to bend the elbows, maybe hands behind the head, and do a little bit of a back bend. And then we hinge from the pelvis, forward fold. And if your low back is tender, elbows can be on the thighs, or just hang here for a few breaths. You can touch your feet if you can reach them, or your ankles. Just making contact, creating a nice circuit for the energy to flow. I like to add on a little halfway lift here. Lengthen from crown to tailbone on your inhale. And again, forward fold. Feel your feet, firm your belly as you rise up. If you want more challenge, you let your arms be on either side of your ears as you rise up. Find that little baby back bend, and then let your arms swoop by your sides. Bring your hands to your hips, and just like we did seated, we twist right but look left. And then twist left but look right. Good. And then we'll go into the next part of it. You lift your arms up again. Find that little baby back bend. And then we exhale out the mouth, a ha sound. Okay, inhale, rise up. That's the whole sequence. Let's try it all again. So arms up, side bend right. So we're moving the spine in every direction in this sequence. Feel your feet. Inhale, center, both arms up. Side bend left. Your exhale lets you go deeper. Your breath in brings you up. Little extra baby back bend, maybe bend the elbows. Lift your arms forward, fold, hinge from your pelvis. Pause here, do anything that feels good. Sometimes I interlace fingers behind. Sometimes I go side to side. Sometimes I hold my toes. Just find what feels good. Okay, good. Then feel your feet from your front of your belly as you rise up. For more challenge, arms are lifted, head inside the arms. You exhale, release your arms by your sides. Then hands on your hips, elbows back, twist right, but look left. Little counterintuitive there. And then twist your torso left, but look right. Come back to center. Sweep your arms. This is that last part where you do your little back bend, and then we exhale into the forward fold. Exhale out the mouth. Quick exhale. Inhale, arms up. And actually, if you want to stay in the forward fold longer, feel free. Stay in your forward fold another moment. Good. Slowly rise up to your halfway lift. We'll add that extra lengthening in the spine if you'd like. Forward fold, and then rise up to standing whenever you're ready. Okay, and stand and notice how you feel. Okay, and we're going to just do a quick sun salute to finish our warm-up. So inhale, your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step your right leg back into a long, long, low lunge. or into a long, long warrior one with the back heel down. So either one is fine. You can lower your back knee if you'd like. Hands can come to your front thigh. Roll your shoulders back. Find an arm position that feels good. Open up the front of your hip flexors, a psoas. And just take the next 5 breaths to do any expression here. Maybe you do the side bend. I often encourage a twisting variation. So just find what comes to you, what feels good. Sometimes I even bring my right hand down and I reach back for my back foot. That might feel good for some folks. Whenever you feel complete in your own timing, you come to plank pose, step back. Strong plank, and then lower down, cobra or sphinx. So you can always do the elbow variation. And maybe you spend a little time turning side to side. Good. And then exhale back to your child's pose or your down dog. Give yourself a moment. Notice the moving energy in your body. Remembering that there's 5 different kinds of prana. The moving up, moving down, the different kinds of prana that help our digestion, that help our respiratory, and ones I can't even remember. And then start to gradually bring yourself back up to your hands and knees or down dog. If you'd like, you can lift your right leg and roll open. Maybe you do a knee to nose or 2 just to say hello to your abdominals. And then step your right foot between your hands. Find your warrior 1 or your lunge. You can lower your back knee and just giving yourself that 7 or 8 breaths to do whatever feels good. Sometimes I like to start with my hands on my front thigh or on the hip just to feel really focus on the place I'm feeling the stretch, the front of the left hip. Tuck your tailbone, and then you can add variation with your arms. Good. Maybe you do your side bend, your twist. Anything you did on the other side. And be with your breath. Be with the sensations. And then when you feel complete, you could go back and forth, get your hamstrings a bit open here on the right side, go back and forth, and then maybe stay and breathe a few breaths through this whole back of the right leg. Maybe exhale at your mouth. If you prefer to go back into the lunge, that's fine, or keep moving here. When you're ready, step forwards, half lift, forward fold, rise up to standing. We'll do that on the other side just once more. So again, lift your arms, forward fold, half lift. Left leg can step back. This time a little bit faster. Find your favorite expression with the arms. Maybe bend the elbows. Big inhale. Lower your hands at your own pace. Step back. Lower cobra or sphinx pose. Big inhale. Your feet root down. And on your exhale, go back to your child's pose or down dog. Yeah, good. I saw some good modifications out there. You can always skip that part if you'd like. And then your left leg can open from hands and knees or down dog. Roll open or draw your knee to nose 2 or 3 times just to connect into your core strength. Left foot between your hands. Same expression on that you did before. Maybe lift your arms and bend your elbows, open your upper back. Good. And then your back and forth, a hamstring stretch. You can just keep going. Exhale your hips back, inhale forward. And then if you did this before, hold the stretch. Whichever one you held on the other side. And, you know, it could be helpful to get a prop. It's okay to have the back leg straight. On your next exhale, exhale out your mouth. Let go of some tension. Come into your lunge, step forwards, half lift, forward fold. Rise to standing. Mountain pose, release your arms, and then notice the effects of your warm-ups and how probably there's more energy movement now than there was before. Great. So we're moving into a Kriya. It's been so long since I taught this one. This one I always like to, I call it the spring cleaning Kriya, although the name for it is Kriya for the liver, colon, and stomach. So it's really great to do for the spring. And the main mantras we'll use are Sa Ta Na Ma, which are the seed sounds from Sat Nam. So we'll use those a lot. We'll be chanting with the movement. And then there's another one. I'll play a song for it though. It's Hum Dum Har 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 Hum Dum. And there's a couple other like Har Haris and Har Har Haris and things like that. So those are the main mantras we'll use, which makes the I feel like this is a very energetic Kriya, especially when we're adding mantra to the movements. It helps you stay present. It also is kind of hard because you're trying to breathe and chant, but it'll be fun. So the first exercise, our hands are on the pelvis. I think I'll show you from the side here. So it's like you go forwards, or let me just double check. Do we go back or forwards? Oh yeah, so we go to the right, left, forwards, and back. So it's like this. We chant Sa Ta Na Ma. So Sa Ta Na Ma, and so on. So when you're ready, you can start it with me. So we'll go right, left, forward, and back. Sa Ta Na Ma. 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 Good. Sa Ta Na Ma. 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 Less than a minute to go. Sa Ta Na Ma. 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 Okay, two more. sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. Inhale, hold, exhale, and just breathe a few breaths. Deeply rest in the standing position. Line up your whole torso, your whole body in a way where it's the least effort, and you can allow the movement of prana. That exercise opens the pelvis and hip area. It prepares us for the next few exercises where we're going to be working on these internal organs, the liver, the colon, the stomach. Okay, the next one is a circling, and let's see, right, I'm trying to think of, yeah, so we're going to do counterclockwise. So we go right and forwards, left and back, counterclockwise. And these are relatively quick. It says if you can do just like a second or two for each roll, but if you need to go slower, that's fine. For me, it's easy to kind of, like I can sometimes feel a weird feeling in my low back, so I'd say really engage your abdominals and try not to go back too far. Yeah, so get into your rhythm, find your breath, maybe inhale up and exhale down. If you're able to go really far in each direction, do so, but make sure you're taking care of your low back. Just making big circles. This works our liver a lot, really good for the liver. Okay. Yeah, it says actually 1 second per roll, but that's a little fast. So don't have to go that fast. And this says it stimulates like especially the lower reproductive organ area. Okay, so now for the next minute, we're going to add the mantra Har Hari. So just at your own pace, see if you can start to chant Har Hari, Har Hari. I usually chant Har in the front and Hari in the back, Har Hari. And if you feel like you're someone that wants to change directions, feel free to do that. It doesn't say to change directions, but I usually feel weird if I don't go both ways. So Har Hari, Har Hari, Har Hari, Har Hari, Har Hari. Keep your shoulders drawn back. Har Hari, Har Hari, Har Hari. So Har Hari is a mantra that helps us clear blockages in the pelvic area, blockages, old blockages that form maybe when we were young, blockages around, you know, in our truest potential, things flow. Abundance flows in and flows out, and it's easy. But when there's blockages there, there's these beliefs that make us feel like that's not possible. So we're kind of clearing those out so we can be the creators we're meant to be. Channels of that creative energy. Okay, inhale, center. Big deep breath in, squeeze everything up, and exhale, relax a moment. Completely rest. Be the petal that drops to the floor of the creek, the floor of the ocean, whatever body of water you want to visualize. Deeply rest, even though you're standing. One of my first aha moments in yoga was when I was taught to be in mountain pose as though I was in shavasana. So notice if you can bring that feeling of surrender into your standing posture. What would you have to let go of? What tension? And that doesn't mean you're standing in like a totally slack position. You're actually even bringing in more strength, but letting go from there. The next one is really fun. So we're again doing our Satanama mantra. So it's like this. Sa, ta, na, ma. So you hold your elbows, you lift your elbows and just a gentle back bend as much as feels right. And then you go back to the front of the chest and then the starting position. So let's try it. Let me start the timer. Okay. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Your chin lifts up too. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Get into your rhythm. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Halfway. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 30 more seconds. Sa, ta, na, ma. Keep your belly strong. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. One more. Sa, ta, na, ma. Inhale. Rest completely in this standing position. Okay, so that exercise we just did, it works on the low back to release pain in the low back, and it pressurizes this chest lymphatic area. And then this next one, we're going to balance the energy in our body. And it's also going to work on the low back as well. So this is a fun one. We hold the elbows in front and you just go down as far as you can go. Maybe you go part way, maybe you go all the way, and we'll do our Satanama. So just do your best to chant along. You might have to go at your own pace, and that's okay. So we'd inhale on the top and go Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 We're halfway. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. 30 more seconds. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Strong navel center. Sa, ta, na, ma. sa, ta, na, ma. Try to chant if you can, even if it's faint. Sa, ta, na, ma. Last round. Sa, ta, na, ma. Inhale. Exhale. Whew. You may need to do a neck stretch after that one from holding your arms up. Do anything you need here. Maybe neck circles. Shake out anything you need to. Stretch. Okay. Okay. So the next one, we're going to be moving our arms back, which is really good for, it says, wow, this is interesting. This balances the psyche and enhances our communication skills, and obviously works the lungs and the shoulders and the lymphatic lymph nodes. And we're going to do the mantra 6 Hars and 1 Hari. So there's about 2 to 3 arm movements for that whole mantra. So it looks like this. Had, 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 hari, something like that. So let's try. Stand really in a stable position. Inhale and exhale. And inhale to begin. Had, 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 hari, had, 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 hari, had, 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 hari, 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 had, 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 hari, had, 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 hari. You're doing great. Had, 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 hari, had, 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 hari, had, 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 hari. 30 more seconds. Had, 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 hari, had, 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 hari, had, 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 hari. Chant powerfully from your navel. Keep going. Had, 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 hari, had, 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 hari. One more. Had, 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 hari. Inhale. Woo! And shake that out. Okay, we only have one more standing one, and then we get a few on the ground, which will be nice. So just give yourself a moment to work out any tension, twist, shoulder rolls, anything you need. And the main thing is that eventually you maybe even step wider apart and just, I like to have hands on the hips when I'm feeling tired, and just take a few breaths in your nose or out your mouth. Become aware of your body, your skeletal structure, your muscular system, all the internal organs, and feel energetically like you're breathing into every cell. Beautiful. And notice with this chanting, you may need a quick drink. I'm going to take a quick drink because the next one is Hum Dum Har Har, Har Har Hum Dum. I did put it in the chat box, but if you came a little later, I'm not sure if you got it, but it's pretty easy. Hum Dum Har Har, Har Har Hum Dum, and I'll have a song for this one. And it's basically, your hands are on your hips, the song will be playing, and it's like this, Hum Dum Har 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 Hum Dum. So we're going to chant as we do this sort of a shuffle kick. Okay, so let me get the song. Get a smile, because this is, oh, and I just want to tell you what this one means. So It's basically connecting us with our pranic energy, with the power of our creativity and pranic energy. Okay, so here we go.
Hum Dum Har 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 Hum Dum. Hum Dum Har 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 Hum Dum. Hum
Dum hara 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 hum dum. Dum hara 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 hum dum. Dum hara 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 hum dum. Hum dum hara 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 hum dum. Dum hara 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 hum dum. Hum dum hara 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 hum dum. Dum hara 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 hum. Have fun. Chant powerfully from your navel. Hara 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 hum dum. Hum dum hara hara hum dum. Hara 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 hum dum. Hum dum hara 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 hum dum. Dum hara 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 hum dum. Hum dum hara 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 hum dum. Hum dum hara 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 hum dum. Hum dum hara 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 hum dum. 30 more seconds. Dum hara 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 hum dum. Dum. Kick powerfully, chant powerfully. Hum dum hara 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 hum dum. Dum hara hara One more. Okay, inhale deeply. Let any effort go, and we go right down to our backs actually. So if you need a little support for your head, get a blanket. Moving twist. So if you're able to, one knee goes across your body like we do at the end of a class, and then the other arm can go to the side or by your ear. Or to modify, if your low back is tender, just do both knees. It's way gentler on your low back. So we'll just keep doing this movement, twisting with both knees or one knee across. Get into your own rhythm. And I forgot to say, the one we just did was for balancing the metals in the body. And of course, moving energy and working with that mantra. And now we're putting a pressure on the liver. We're working the spine. We're clearing toxins. And this movement, we're finally laying down. It's consolidating the previous exercises, the benefits of the previous exercises. Great. So just a few more nice deep twists with your breath. Exhale, twist. Inhale, change sides. You might have that mantra still going in your head. I do. And if it is going in your head, then just utilize it. Coordinate it with your movements, maybe. It's kind of a funny mantra because Hum Dum is kind of, in our language, it's sort of a Hum Dum, but it's got a powerful meaning to it. And then when you feel ready, one more on each side, maybe hold the twist on each side from your belly as you twist. And after each side, then hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze, let your low back soften, maybe even move side to side. For a moment, rest. And just for a little bit of time, you can extend your legs. We'll just rest here since we were moving pretty consistently up till now. inhale nose, exhale mouth. And roll to one side or rock and roll up to an upright position. And then we're going to go to the next one. You may want something under your pelvis, depending on how hard the floor is that you're practicing on. But we're going to come onto our bellies into kind of a Sphinx type pose. And in this one, you're going to kick your buttocks. And if where your feet are is not soft, maybe put a blanket under your feet. But we're basically going to kick like this. And it's sort of nice if you have a little bit of padding under your feet so that you're not hurting your feet and you feel like you can really kick. So we'll just start off that way, kicking the buttocks. If you can reach the buttocks, if you can't, still the action of kicking is going to be beneficial. So get into your nice little rhythm here. I usually exhale on the kick and inhale to straighten. So a nice moderate pace. We're not going too fast yet, but in a moment we will switch to a faster one. So it says here this exercise is specifically for regulating the calcium, magnesium balance in the bloodstream. And that is controlled by the thigh bone. This bone also has a big effect into our second chakra area. This exercise applies the way you're in the position with your neck, with your head lifted. We're putting a good pressure on the thyroid and parathyroid gland. Okay. So if it ever gets to be too intense on your low back, you can bring your elbows more in front of you and just stack them. So that might be something you need to do if you start to feel tension or tightening. Okay. Great. So now, if you can, we're going to start to go faster. So if you can, go faster. Breath is up to you. Quick breath or slow breath. You might breathe, you might do like 4 or 5 kicks for every breath. You might be breathing that slowly. That's fine. But don't push it. If you need to go slower, that's fine. Make sure you're tucking your tailbone so you're not straining your low back. It's a little awkward. And I find if I point my feet, I can get my heel to touch my buttocks. But if I flex, I don't get it to touch. So you might play with the positioning of your feet. Just a little bit longer. Just do your best. If you can still, even if your elbows are way forwards, if you can still have your head up, that puts that pressure in the thyroid glands. Okay, last 10 seconds. Go as fast as you can. I'm not even going to touch my feet to the floor just to go faster. Push it a little bit. Good, and inhale. Into Sphinx pose. Exhale, relax down, and you can bend your knees and just windshield wiper. You might feel some tension in your low back, so if you need to, push yourself back to child's pose. Or even hips above your knees might feel good for you. And even though it's a short moment, allow yourself to drop towards the center of the earth with the force of gravity, not resisting it, letting go into it with every part of yourself. Okay, good. Deepen your breath. We have just one last little segment of this Kriya. It's still quite active though. There's a couple more things that are going to work the legs. So if you've got blocks, you might want your blocks nearby. And if frog pose doesn't work for you, you know, we keep the arms straight and we lift the heels up and hips up and we come down. You can modify that by not bending your knees as much, but that's still a little awkward. So you can repeat. Remember the one we did with the little chair squat? You could lift your arms and squat down instead. And we're going to, again, be coordinating our mantra, Satanama. So depending on which version you're doing, it'll be a little different, but just try your best to chant along. Okay? So let's go. Inhale to begin. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 20 more seconds. This works our knees. Sa, ta, na, ma. Two more. Sa, two more rounds. Ta, na, ma. One more round of the mantra. Sa, ta, na, ma. Wherever you are, inhale deeply. Hold, squeeze, and then maybe rest in a forward fold. Bring yourself up to standing. Whew. Okay, so the next one, the modification is just the same thing, squatting down and coming up. If you're able to, this one I recommend skipping if you have any kind of knee stuff, knee tenderness, old knee injuries. But if you've done this one before, you know you can do it, maybe try it. So you would cross your legs and sit down, lean back, lean forward, and stand up. But it also works, just don't even cross and just come down and stand up. So totally up to you to modify, just do something that feels right, maybe the chair squats, okay? So we're just gonna go for 1 minute, just kind of do our best here. So there is kind of an art to getting down and standing up as we get older. So this just kind of keeps us youthful in that way. And definitely skip the crossing of the legs if you've got knee stuff. I know somebody that messed up his knee doing this, so I usually put a lot of caution into this exercise. And it's okay to use your hands to help you. Just try a couple more. And anything you need, like, yeah, maybe you need a lot more momentum to come up. You can roll back. You know, just have fun with it if you can. Definitely modify if you need to. Okay, so let's try like 1 or 2 more. Good. A lot of leg stuff. And then you rest. You stand, you feel. Nurturing breaths. Good. So we get 30 more seconds of the frog's pose, or what you're doing to modify that with the mantra. So when you're ready, sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Try to chant if you can. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And then inhale deeply. Exhale, relax, forward fold. Okay, and then we're gonna roll down, lie down, put something under your head, and you're gonna hold your big toes if you can, and if you can't, maybe just use a strap or hold wherever you can, like this on the legs. So either big toes, even if your hips lift a little, or just hold somewhere else on your legs. And we're gonna do Shitali breath, which is inhale through a curled tongue. And if your tongue doesn't curl, inhale through pursed lips and exhale nose. And this kind of cools down the heat that we've built up so far in this Kriya. Inhale, mouth, exhale, nose. And it's okay if you need to bend your knees, grab your toes, you could do that. And even though this is a little of an awkward pose, how can you find that sense of rest? We are on the floor, so allow the support of the floor to support you. And this is a lovely breath to cool the emotions, or emotions as well. "30 more seconds, deep rest as you hold this position. Maybe in the last part you just hold the backs of your legs. You have your legs straight, which is good, and then keep your Shitali breath going. Okay, good. One more deep breath. Inhale, mouth, exhale, nose. Hug in your knees. Rest a moment, however you want to. Let your awareness fill up the whole shape of your body from the inside out. And then roll yourself up. Find a comfortable seat. We're getting to the very end here. This next one, the way we are going to move our arms and kind of twist our forearms actually works the colon somehow. Don't ask me how. So we'll bring one arm out, palm can face kind of forward slightly up, and you zoom it back in. So I usually exhale out and inhale back in, or however you want. You can inhale out, exhale back in, so either one. So there's a little twisting action to work the forearms, which works the colon. Okay, let's go. It says the forearm muscle regulates the colon. Very interesting. I didn't really know that until I taught this set for the first time. So your palms are facing down when they come in front of your sternum, and they kind of face forwards when they go out. Yep. It's like you're trying to slap your hand into something. Backhand into a big bouncy ball. That would be fun, right? Imagine that. That would be really cool to slap your hand into one of those big exercise balls. Pew. So the motion of slapping back bounces your hands back to where they were. Powerful breaths. We're just going to go like 30 more seconds. Okay, next time you come to center, inhale deep. Hold it. Exhale, release. And find your pause, your rest. Tune into the opposing motions of dropping down and a subtle reaching up, as though a flower would be reaching up towards the sun. Great. Okay, so have your hands on your knees. Yeah, knees. Elbows are relatively straight. It's just like our spinal plexus. So inhale, open your upper spine. Exhale, let your back go backwards. And find a rhythm that feels good to you. Spinal flexes. If you can, at least when you're going backwards, your shoulders relax. This is working, so you kind of feel your arms straight and your arms sort of squishing into the side ribs. So we want to stimulate our lymphatic fluid and get energy moving in the chest and breast area. And it says, if done correctly, this will create an unusual pressure behind the ears on the neck. It means your whole nervous system and central nervous system, the sushumna, that central channel, energetic channel along the spine, is stretching. It should, if you're doing this really powerfully, you might feel a little bit of heat, of sweat in your face. But of course, we're not doing this one as long. It says to do it for 4 minutes, but we are shortening it a bit. So you might not get sweaty from it, but we still want to feel that sense of intensity. You might even, if you have that flexibility, to reach your hands all the way around the front of your knees. Powerful breaths, a little bit longer. Okay, nearly there. Powerful breaths, this last little bit. Now inhale deep, hold it. Exhale, hands can adjust, rest. Just for a moment, you're centered in your heart light expanding out in all directions. Okay, just a couple more movements. Hands are in the fists. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, you drop your elbows down. So inhale, straighten, exhale, drop. So this works the little impact we do, the stretching and dropping, works your spine, and somehow it also works your sciatic nerve, the way that this little bit of pressure is hitting your rib cage, you're stimulating the sciatic nerve down in the back, low back area. And it's working our auric field as well, and you can also tune into a sense of strength and confidence and power as you move powerfully this way. Punching the arms up. There were studies shown that when we put our arms up in a V like that, it's like a universal consciousness of being victorious, like being successful. So tune into that energy as well. Smile and focus on your positive intention. 30 more seconds. Oh, we're chanting again, I almost forgot. So, oh, not this one, we're not chanting on this one. So you can just mentally think Sat Nam, the next one we're chanting. Okay, inhale up. Pause. Exhale, slowly release your arms. Pause in your meditative posture. Take a few breaths, maybe close your eyes. Adjust your position. This is the last one where we're moving. So your hands are on your elbows again, the I Dream of Genie pose, I like to call it. And we're moving our head with Satanama. So it looks like this. Sa, ta, na, ma. So you're moving your head to the right, up to center, to the left, up to center. Okay, chant with me. Inhale. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta, na, ma. Get in a good rhythm. Sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. One more time through. Sa, ta, na, ma. Inhale. Hold, squeeze, lift. And we meditate a moment into Ingyan Mudra. Lengthen your spine. Okay, close your eyes. Tune into your breath. Stay here or come lying on your back. So you can choose to be in shavasana now, or I'll be guiding you through a short yoga nidra, yogic sleep practice, and you could do that seated or laying down. So begin by just settling into the most comfortable and warm position that you can. And adjust your head and legs and arms so that everything feels so comfortable. You can be in stillness for the next 10 minutes. Effortless relaxation. All you have to do is follow my voice. Tune into each part of your body. Allow each part to gently drop. This art of dropping, letting go of your right hand and arm, left hand and arm, shoulders, head. Let go of your spine and shoulder blades, pelvis, right leg and foot, left leg and foot. And for a moment, feel all the contact points of your body touching the floor, and surrender your body more fully into these contact points. Feel as though your body were sinking into the earth, the ground. Feel the flow of your breath. As you notice any sounds in your surroundings, just gently move from sound to sound. Feel your right ear relax as it receives sound, and your left ear relax as it receives sound. See if you can notice the sounds coming from very nearby or from your own body. Just briefly check into your face that there's no tension being held. It's like you're letting go of having a facial expression right now. It's okay to just let your facial muscles melt and soften. And take a few breaths as though you're breathing through an air hole at your heart center. Breathe in and out of your heart. Big breath in. Maybe a pause at the top and a full breath out. Tune into your intention. If you don't have a specific word or phrase in mind, this could be one you could use. I fully let go and allow my life to flow with ease. If that resonates, repeat that. I fully let go and allow my life to flow with ease. I fully let go and allow my life to flow with ease. We'll begin a journey rotating our consciousness through the body, through a series of points in Ayurveda known as marma points. And I invite you to imagine a little fairy placing a ball of light at each of these points. And this ball of light is any color you wish, and it just expands and glows, so it helps to relax all the areas around each point. So as you notice a little fairy placing a ball of light at your forehead center, feel that light glowing and expanding to help relax your eyes, scalp, ears, and cheeks. The fairy places the next little beautiful delicate ball of light at your throat. And this light expands into your neck, jaw, and mouth, letting everything drop and release. And she places the next little ball of light at your right shoulder, the center of your shoulder joint, so your whole shoulder can soften. This light travels down your right upper arm, and the next little ball of light is at your right elbow. Light spreading down your forearm to your right wrist. And see this little ball of light at the tip of your right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Just feel all the glowing in your right hand. Seeing the ball of light you already placed at your wrist, elbow, and upper arm, and take a moment to feel your whole right arm and hand. You return to the ball of light at your throat and see the next ball of light placed at your left shoulder. Feel the glow of this ball of light going down to your left, down your left upper arm to your left elbow. A little ball of light at your left wrist, thumb, tip of your left index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Feel your whole hand glowing, your wrist, your forearm, just traveling the light up your elbow, going up your upper arm to your shoulder, across your collarbone to your throat. This lovely little creature places the next ball of light at your sternum, your energetic heart center. One at your right chest. You return to your sternum and place this ball of light at your left chest. Your sternum, go down to your navel, your whole belly, and all the internal organs we worked on today. Feel them glowing with this cleansing and renewal as you go down to the base of your spine near the tailbone, and a ball of light is placed at your right hip. Trace down through your right leg and place the next ball of light at your knee. Trace down your leg, ball of light is placed at your ankle. Trace through your foot to your big toe, seeing the tip of your second toe light up, third toe tip, fourth toe, little toe. And feel your whole right foot. Trace back through your ankle, knee, and hip, those points of light, base of spine, left hip, and travel down to your left knee, travel down through your lower leg muscles to your left ankle, through your left foot. Feel your big toe light up, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Feel your ankle travel back up to your knee, through your thigh to your hip, base of spine. Revisit the point at your belly, your navel center, but feel the back of your body kind of soften as you tune into your navel. Back up to your sternum as you feel your upper back soften. Then go back to your throat and back to your forehead. Seeing all the points of light, all the little balls of light the fairies have placed. Maybe you start to see yourself filled with these balls of light in the most beautiful garden you can imagine. And feel that as you breathe in, all these little balls of light are getting brighter. As you breathe out, these balls of light help to release any dark colors, any pockets of tension or pain or discomfort. Inhale, the light gets brighter. Exhale, Mother Earth receives any discomfort, any negative energies. You see those dark colors going down to the ground. Let go of all effort as you rest in the beauty of your own awareness. Realizing that meditation can be a sense of deep rest. You're welcome to stay here, or to get ready to close, we'll come back to our intention. So come back to your heart and repeat your intention 3 times again. But know that it might be something different. Maybe it's a little message from the fairies. Maybe it's a thought. If you're not sure what to do here, repeat the words I said earlier. Letting go. I let go. As I let go fully, my life flows with ease. Feeling a sense of gratitude for the message you received or the intention you're putting out there. And if you're choosing to come up to join us for closing, deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch. Maybe you even twist. Just if you're coming up, take your time. If you're seated, take a moment to notice your experience. There are times in that practice where I don't know where I go, and usually that's when I need deep rest. There are times I'm able to stay alert through the whole process, so without judging, just notice your experience and notice how you feel now. It could be nice after this to write down any little inspirations you got. We'll close, we're all out of time, so we'll just do one quick Satnam today. Actually, we'll do 3, so we can still have focus for ourselves, someone else in the world. So 3 Satnams. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Inhale. And honoring the light in yourselves and each other. Sat Nam. May you find a way this week as often as you can to allow a sense of rest and ease, and know that that can be as simple as relaxing as you drink water or eat, or just mindfully checking into your breath. Namaste.